Abdullah Mason, as expected, responds to Shakur Stevenson's "he's not ready. He's just a baby." The fans are trying to rush him. The media is trying to rush him. The way that only Abdullah Mason can respond, it seems like. Emphatic, straightforward, with class, with humbleness, with respect, while also letting it be known that he with all the action and he want all the smoke. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video. Don't forget to catch me live every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night at 7:30. I'm also live Sunday mornings with the Singing OG KQKC Boxing Network. Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. I ask that you join the channel as a member. Drop super chats when you come by the live streams and the videos that we do. And if you want to debate, the email address is knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com. Also, hype up the video. YouTube has a new feature where you can go where you leave a comment, scroll on over, hit that hype button. It's totally free for you, the viewer, and it really helps the channel and the algorithm. It allows us to get more recommended videos. It puts us on people's homepage more that watch this type of content. It really, really helps me if you guys could be so kind to hype up the video. But let's talk about this. Last week, after Abdullah Mason and Sam Noakes put on the best fight of the entire card, you have people coming out, such as Shakur Stevenson specifically, trying to pour water on Abdullah. Abdullah Mason is on fire, and instead of trying to extinguish the fire, instead of trying to fight the fire with fire, Shakur Stevenson tries to pour water on Abdullah Mason by saying people are rushing him too long, by trying to compare him to Shakur. People are jumping the gun. You know, he's just a baby. Let him develop. He's the truth, though. I'm not hating. Congrats on being the youngest world champion. He's the truth. Really trying to separate himself from Abdullah, like Abdullah needs to do more in order for it to be a conversation of Shakur Stevenson versus Abdullah Mason. Here's what I know for a fact. I know that Abdullah Mason is not with any of that. I was just speaking on the phone to Valiant Mason, congratulating him and his son on a great victory and becoming the world champion. And I'm going to have them on the channel in the next coming weeks. Once they get back from Saudi Arabia, they're still in Saudi Arabia doing their thing. They're headed back this way now. I'm going to talk to him when he gets back. We're going to set that up, and I'm going to ask some of these questions directly and bring that to the audience. So y'all be on the lookout for that. But in his interview that he did from Saudi Arabia with Sean Zattel, Abdullah was asked by Sean directly, hey, this is what Shakur Stevenson said. What is your response to that? And Abdullah Mason let it be known, look, bro, who's saying that? He the one saying that. I ain't saying that. My team ain't saying that ish. As a matter of fact, whoever got a world title, I'm on an even playing field with any of them. And then Sean asked him, well, do you think that you on that level? Do you think that you gonna need more fights to get that experience so that you can to get yourself ready for that? He said, we gonna see. We gonna see. The same tech that he took with Keyshawn. I'm not finna talk noise with you. I'm not finna bump gums with you. I'm gonna let my fist do the talking. Y'all gonna find out if I need more experience when I'm in the ring with these dudes. Then you let me know if I needed more experience after the fight is over. I love the way that Abdullah Mason carries himself, because it's never him stepping outside of his character. I don't think he will ever be that bravado, you know, it's talking like Tank Davis. It's talking like David Benavidez can get to when he get upset. I think Abdullah will always be calm, cool, collected, give a good interview, always sound mature. But I also think that on the inside, when it come time to get down, get gritty, get dirty, time to fight, that's when he do the most of his talking with his damn hands and with his heart and with his brain, when he get in that ring and having that mentality of just being a damn dog. And I think everybody in boxing, specifically his contemporaries, I think they see that ish, man. I think they see that. And so as a fan and as a boxing analyst, I see it too. And I'm not trying to hold the young man back. I'm not a Devin Haney fan. I don't look at my favorite fighters and be like, oh, that's an easy op. let me just go get that. Like, for instance, no disrespect to Raymond Muratalla or Andy Cruz. I think the winner of that fight is a much more winnable, safer, right, fight for Abdullah Mason than a Tank Davis. But if you give me an option of that fight or a Tank, I'm going to say give me Abdullah versus Tank. I think that Raymond Muratalla and Andy Cruz, compared to Shakur Stevenson, Abdullah Mason has a better chance of clearly outboxing them, whereas Shakur, it is going to be more difficult. However, give me Abdullah versus Shakur over that fight, because I'm tired of us as fans acting like we know everything. I'm an extremely accurate prognosticator, bro. I'm extremely accurate with predicting stuff inside the ring. I'm extremely accurate with understanding what's going on in the business of boxing. Very accurate. But even I am not perfect. And I prefer clarity. I prefer knowing. I prefer getting the fights over just trying to act like I'm right about some fighter or right about some situation, but never really pushing for that situation to happen to prove me right or wrong, right? I'm willing to take the hard stance of Turkey is bad for boxing, get his ass the hell out of boxing, he losing money, it's only but so long he can sustain this ish, he gonna be gone sooner rather than later, holla at me in 5 to 10 years, I'll still be here, I don't think Turkey will be here. And I stand on that, and I'll either be proven right or wrong over time. I stand on Bam Rodriguez being the best fighter from 122 down, and I push for him to get the Junto fight. I push for him to get the fight with Monster Inoue. You know what I mean? I stand on Abdullah Mason being better than everybody from 140 to 135 to 147, not named Gervonta Davis. Give me those fights. And he's a world champion now, so that is the expectation that needs to be placed on that young man. I'm tired of these fickle fight fans, these quote-unquote diehard fans that try to hold the fighter back, saying that he ain't ready. I specifically hate when a fighter in that fighter's weight class, who is also a world champion, tries to say that shit. Like, man, nobody trying to hear that. You didn't say that Edwin De Los Santos wasn't ready when that boy had a loss to William Foster. You didn't say Yoshino wasn't ready, bro. You didn't say Joel Gonzalez wasn't ready. You didn't say Jamel Herring was too old. You didn't say Oscar Valdez was too little. You didn't say Robson Casasiao was too old, bro, and past his prime, and been knocked out 4 or 5 times by Luis Correa, had already lost to Oscar Valdez, even though I felt like he beat Valdez. The point is, bro, this shit duck talk, and I'm glad Abdullah in his own way checked it and called it out. Basically, long story short, bro, I don't care what they talking about. What did I say? What does my team say? This shit put me in the driver's seat. I'm on an even playing field with all y'all, so what's happening? And I agree. And if it's Abdullah Mason and he can't get a fight with Shakur, or he can't get the Muratalla and Cruz winner, or he can't get Tank Davis, then Abdullah Mason should be looking at their former opponents and trying to run down on them and say, you went the distance with this guy, Shakur. Watch what I do. It took you 8 or 9 rounds to get pad work Padley out of there. Watch how I do him dirty. Raymond Muratalla, you struggled. You struggled and didn't look good with Tevin Farmer. Watch what I do to him. Although I don't want to really see Tevin Farmer, that'd be on the bottom of the list, because as I'm talking through this, Tevin Farmer getting knocked out by Floyd Schofield in the first round or whatever, that kind of throws water on that. I ain't really fucking with that fight, so I'll take the Tevin Farmer comment back. But Renee Tellez Giron, Schofield, this the dude you went the distance with, and you and your daddy calling me smoking mirrors? Watch how I show you how to handle somebody like Renee Tellez Giron, bro. Those are the moves I want to see Abdullah start making. I want to see him getting these champions in the ring, showing that he truly is indeed one of one when it comes to being special. Or if the champions acting crazy and acting like they on a whole nother level, show them that they ain't on a whole nother level by getting some of their former opponents in the ring that they either went the distance with, struggled to get out of there with, had a controversial fight with, and get them the hell up out of there. Oh, really? I'm a baby, Shakur? Well, let me show you what this baby can do to William Zepeda. Unlike you, I'll punch in between his shots. Unlike you, I'll be explosive in there. Unlike you, I'll show you how to go for the kill. That's what I think he should be on. But what I think is gonna happen, a little nugget for y'all, always remember, they had Abdullah Mason in the tuck, already signed to supposed to be fighting Giovanni Cabrera. But Giovanni Cabrera had a couple of injuries and had to pull out from opportunities. If Giovanni Cabrera gets him a little tune-up in, watch for Abdullah Mason's first defense to be against one of the guys that went the distance with Pitbull Cruz and Giovanni Cabrera. That's a little nugget for y'all, lad. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Comment below, smash the like, sub to the channel. We'll see y'all soon. Peace.